Hey y'all, I'm back, honey. Jamie, that's me here. And listen, I just want to have a quick chat, okay? I do mean quick chat, all right? I want to get into a few things. One, I want to get into Peter Thomas and him having this sit down interview with Carlos King and talking about what he needed Cynthia to do. We're going to have to talk about that. We also got to get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, just a little piece. You guys know that Ariane, the mistress, now girlfriend to Martell Hope, will be joining the show. So we'll touch on that briefly, as well as his need to respond to some comments or whatever. So we'll get into that. And I also want to get into a different world as it is on the way. So make sure you guys are liking up the video and you're also subscribing to the channel. Let's get into it.
How we get up, just call back, right back. We can spend, then get it right back. Man, she just gotta worry all of that. So that's why I bought.
All right, y'all, I'm back. And the first thing I want to go ahead and talk about is my favorite show is A Different World. Like every year I'm going to be playing that show. I have to watch it. Whether it was on Amazon, it was over there on the Netflix, like that is my show. Now, they had some good moments in the earlier years of A Different World, but I really like it as it got like later on when Whitley and Dwayne kind of became a thing, but really right before they became a thing, when they was really interested in each other, like the show really started to get good, like halfway through all the way to the end. Absolutely love it. So I love the fact that the show will be back and they are like revamping it. I was a little skeptical just a bit because I'm kind of like some stuff need to be left well enough alone. And I do feel like Different World is one of those. But the kids ain't really got nothing on TV for real. Like we used to have stuff on TV. So if this what you got to do to encourage the kids, just a little piece, revamp it. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, we got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That one, the Bel-Air was revamped and brought to us. And I love that. And I hate that they canceled it. It so was not necessary to cancel that show. Like it was getting good. Like, what's up with y'all? I think there may have been some discussions of Martin becoming a drama in a sense. I kind of feel like leave Martin alone. Maybe go and name it something else and y'all bring all the characters back and y'all do something different maybe. Let me know your thoughts. Are you all excited for A Different World? I kind of am. We're going to see. I am going to give it a chance. I feel like a lot of the actors from the original show will be, playing some sort of role in this particular season. I really feel like in my personal, Jennifer Lewis, I believe, yeah, I think that's right. Because when I think of Jennifer Lewis, the actress that be singing, I also be thinking about Jennifer, the other, even though I think her last name is Williams, but I just want to make sure that I have the name right. Yes, Jennifer Lewis. I think it would be fire if she was still a part of the show as potentially a dean or the president of the university in some capacity. Okay. She has to, you are on my list. She has to be on that show in some capacity. Okay. I need to see her a few times this season. If she ain't there this season, make it happen in next season. But I want to see her there this season. Period. Okay. I don't know if Jada Pinkett is going to be playing some sort of role. I will hope she's going to pop in at some point. Would love to see it. Just super excited to see everybody in the building. But the reason I want to talk about A Different World and the fact that it's returning is because for some reason they felt the need to change the song. They kept the song the same. It's a different world. Okay. From where we come from, I can't think of who the original theme, who sung the original theme song. I don't know why. I have an idea. I just want to make sure. Let me just make sure, child. Theme song. Who sung it? Okay. I thought, okay. So season 1 was Phoebe Snow, and I hope I said that name right. And then seasons 2 through 5 was Aretha Franklin. And then we had Boys to Men with Terrence Forsyth, season 6. Okay. And I feel like the one that I really lean to is the one Aretha Franklin did. Okay. So shout out to her, honey. Shout out to her. We could have kept it where it was. I'm not gonna hold y'all. They have Brandy redoing it, and although I really like me some Brandy, I'm here for Brandy. That's my girl. No, I'm not gonna hold y'all. When I heard it, I said, "Wait!" All y'all did was take the original version and slow it the hell down. And if that's what we was gonna do, y'all should have just slowed down the track. Y'all could have just slowed down the track. Okay. Got Brandy up here singing this. I do not like it. I do not. I think it's something that will grow on me over time. But y'all do not, I don't like it. We can't hype Brandy up about everything, child, when it comes to singing. I refuse. Because this ain't it. This wasn't the one for me. And I'm not changing my mind on it. I feel away. Okay. But get your coins, Brandy. We will be still tuned into the show. But I was like, girl, y'all did this whole post. Hey, we're gonna be dropping the theme song. The theme song is gonna be dropping this week, getting the people riled up and hyped. And then y'all dropped that shit. I said, girl, what the fuck? Girl, I felt like Gino when she was talking to Martin, $35. Boy, what the hell you been? Girl, what? What the hell you been doing? I don't care how nobody feel, okay? You could stand her all day long. No. Okay? No. Don't like it. Anyway, what else I don't like is Peter Thomas coming down here as if Cynthia Bailey owes him her damn credit for some reason. I want us to go ahead and hop into a snippet of this interview of Peter. You guys know Peter ended up going off to jail due to I believe it was connected to some fraud or something like that. He ended up doing some time, which was interesting because it seemed like Peter was in, but then he was out. And I just could never gauge on the time frame as to when Peter was actually supposed to be going the hell away. Now, keep in mind, I don't know. I thought he was going to prison. I don't think they do that in prison. I think they do it in jail, right? Where you could be locked up during the week, but you get the weekends off or something. Was he in that type of program? Because every time I would see him popping up on my damn timeline, and it didn't seem like he was behind the bars. So I don't know what Peter had going on, but he was amongst the people that were free. And this is what he had to say as it pertains to Cynthia Bailey. All right, let's get into it.
Company that it was under, um, I wanted to secure it because I'm going away. And I said, if I go away for a year, at least a year, 14, 15 months, I want to come back to my home. All right. So I needed to make a payment, okay, to just pay it off. Okay. So I said,
So let me pause that, okay? Because what it sounds like, the volume was low. I did cut it up for you guys. But what Peter appeared to be saying was that he was about to go off, to do his time for about a year. And with him going to do his time for about a year or so, he wanted his home to be taken care of. He didn't want to lose the house. He wanted to keep it. So it seems like he may have needed somebody to assist him with that.
Cynthia, I need you to write this check. As a matter of fact, Cynthia, I need you to buy this townhouse from me. All right? Under your company name. Okay? I'm gone. Okay? You could rent it out, Airbnb it, whatever. Because I have $350,000 equity into this place. Mm-hmm. Okay? I don't want to lose that money. Okay? All right? And if you can't Airbnb it or for whatever reason, you could sell it. It's under your company name. Okay? But at least I know there's a chance of me having my home when I get back out. And we met at a restaurant in Duluth. And she agreed, and I talked to my banker, which I introduced her to, which is now her banker, okay? And I involved my friend Sunita Brooks in it because she was talking to Cynthia more than I was talking. So I wasn't trying to talk to Cynthia every day. So I had Sunita in the mix talking to her to make sure it would go down. And like 10 days before the process fold, I called her on the 9th day and said, hey, look, I've been texting you and, for you to engage with people that we could do the purchase. And I don't know what happened within her saying yes in that 10 days. But I sent her a text and her reply was, I feel like I'm being pressured. I feel like I'm being bullied. Okay. And I'm like, what? Because we had a great lunch. Okay. I thought everything was good. I'm the guy who walked away not taking 50% of the money, not taking any money, future money, just walked away. Sell the house, keep the money from the proceeds from the house, do whatever. Anything you think I owed you, you got it. Okay, I don't want nothing. So when she did that to me, and the day when I made that statement is the day that the marshal knocked on my door at 7:30 in the morning and give me 15 minutes to get out of my townhouse. Okay? And I thought we were good. I thought I didn't take nothing from the divorce. I thought we were friends. She just did the podcast in the said townhouse. And now I lost my house because she didn't stand up for me like I stood up for her. I took for years, Carlos, and you produce these shows where people were saying I'm broke, she's supporting me, I am living off of her and all of that shit, and none of that shit was true. But, that's the way the show is edited. So when I go out there, I have to face that every day. I have to be, I have to face that. I was in Publix once and a woman said, "When you gonna pay Cynthia back her money?" I'm like, "What money?" So it was crazy. So I took those abuse, and I would say for the first 3-4 years, Cynthia didn't know how to make that vehicle Atlanta housewife work. She didn't know how to mix it up with Nene or with anybody. And I was always in her ears. You used to push me into a situation where we turn up the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Because every year you have to wait to see if they're gonna get you back. You have to wait for that letter after the reunion. Mm-hmm. And Cynthia was always in panic mode. You know what I'm saying? That she might not get called.
He over there spending a little bit more tea. Okay, on Miss Cynthia. Now, I understand you may have felt like you didn't take anything from. Let me say this first. I feel like what Peter asked of Cynthia to me isn't different what a lot of people that may have money may do. When they about to go off, they may ask a friend, "Hey, you will buy this property?" Da, da, da. They may concoct something like that, right? Um, yeah, so not really surprised by that because I think there may be some common that them folks do. But at the same time, it's the expectation that she's supposed to do something for you because you feel like you didn't do the worst in the divorce. Like, I didn't take this from you. I didn't take that from you. I ended things amicably. We were good over here. Like, I watched your back. I supported you. It's your turn to support me. And sometimes that's the L that you take. Cause everybody, just cause that's what you chose to do don't mean that she had to do that. And you set your expectations pretty high. I feel like if you were the one that wasn't really talking to her as much and there was another banker or person that you work with, another partner that was talking to her, maybe that person was applying a lot of pressure because crunch time was coming. They were applying a lot of pressure to her and she probably felt like she wasn't able to make a sound decision. And because of that, she trusted herself and backed out of it. It's so unfortunate that you lost your home. But at the same time, I feel like that says a lot that you don't have no other friends or family that are willing to support you and have your back and do that favor that Cynthia wasn't going to do. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe Cynthia was the only person that had money, like that IDK. Or maybe he just felt like that's the only person that he could really trust in the end. I don't know. But I feel like that's very interesting. But I don't feel like she was obligated. When you asked her a question, she may have said, "Okay, yeah, I'm with it. Okay, cool. She changed her mind. It may suck, but the way that he worded it was like, "You're the reason. It's your fault that I lost my house." Da 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 da. It really ain't. You should have been standing up there looking for other people, that you could have worked this situation out with. And also, I feel like you could have also potentially just sold the damn house yourself. But he wanted to come back to some money. Okay. I guess he wanted to come back to that equity. Like I also feel like he's not telling the whole story. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Just, talking this out with y'all, I just feel like he's not telling all the details on the situation. And I wouldn't be surprised if Cynthia comes back and answer that, responds to him on her podcast with Crystal. So she might get into some things. I don't see that wrong. He gonna speak on you. Go ahead and address it and clear it up. Okay. And speaking of clearing things up, let's get over here to Martell because someone, shout out to No Chaser TV, they captured this in the comments where someone says, and this is why Melody left because she knew they were bringing on the woman that destroyed her family. Remember, Martell had been messing around with Ariane for many a years. Okay. At some point, Melody became aware of the affair, but she continued to be married to Martell, I guess, with the expectation that he would stop messing with this young lady, right? He never stopped messing with her. The young lady got pregnant maybe once or twice or something. Ended up not having that child, but eventually still went on to get pregnant by Martell not too far after Melody got pregnant by Martell. I think that was the last year of the marriage when she was pregnant. Then I think when she found out about Ariane, I think that's when she divorced. Okay, y'all keep me honest and leave it in the comments, right? She filed for a divorce after that. Done with it. Okay. And so at some point, her being on the show, she tried to make it work, tried to make it work with Martell, they had their stuff and then she had her stuff with the other cast members. It seemed like she really didn't like working there. Honestly, to me, seemed like she wasn't getting along with them. And I'm just like, yo, if this ain't your happy place and this don't make you feel good, you ain't got to stay there. Get up and leave. And that's what she did. Okay. She ended up leaving, but maybe she should have worked out a deal to where, hey, I'm going to excuse myself from the show for about 2 years. I've given a lot to this franchise. Is there a way that I could work out something to where I take a break, I fall back, and then I return back to the show after those 2 years? Maybe that's something she should have negotiated. I don't know. But here we are. Ariane is now coming onto the show. This is something that Martell sat down with Tasha K and talked about over a year or two ago, where he was upset with Carlos and said, show my real life. You're not showing my real life. Well, now here we are. Okay. I think there could have been a bit of trying to remain loyal to Melody and not have this young lady on the show, but eventually it was like, hey, let's have a young lady on the show. Since he wants her on this show and you want your real life shown, let's do it. In addition to that, y'all spent a lot of time talking about her. Why she can't be up here if y'all spent a lot of time talking about her? In addition, you also could tell the Scots really don't want to dive deeper into their stuff. They like to dive deeper into other people's stuff. So they probably was with it. They probably was like, yeah, bring her on. That's fine. If we don't have to talk about our stuff, let's use that to deflect. Go ahead. Either way, the person says, and this is why Melody left, because she knew they were bringing on the woman that destroyed her family. Okay. Hope she's still getting her EP check like Mariah from Married to Medicine. He says, no. She just didn't want to finally be in the hot seat with her married/security guard boyfriend. No, she's not getting those EP checks anymore, but I am, because he's still a part of the show and she's not. I don't know how he know for sure what that lady getting in her contracts or whatever she signed with them as she decided to exit stage left. I mean, he might know something, being that he's still around and still in contact with production and Carlos and stuff, maybe. IDK. But I was just like, you did not have to come down here and respond. That lady did not tag you. That woman did not tag you in them comments. So you did not have to get down in them comments and respond and say that thing. You could have just let it ride. And that's what be getting on my nerves with you. You don't know how to let nothing ride. But either way, I want to get into another part of the conversation about Ariane. I've been seeing a lot of people having discourse, even on my TikTok, put a video up. I've seen you guys on Instagram. I've been seeing random comments and stuff on Twitter. Some people are here for it. It seems like quite a bit of y'all are here for Ariane being on the show. Y'all are going to tune in because some of y'all said y'all fell off watching the show. Now you're going to tune in and see what's really going on, right? And then some of y'all are upset and you feel like, hey, that's not cool. Like, that's messed up. That's messy. Honestly, y'all, the show been damn messy. The show was messy before she entered it, and they still kind of made parts of it about her. Show been messy. Some people feel like that's a betrayal to Mel. I don't know the relationship between Mel and Martell, her exiting the show. I don't know if the show people felt like that was a betrayal or not, her leaving. Ain't no telling. They'll figure that out. The other thing that I'm sure y'all not gonna like, the people have been saying, oh, so y'all bringing her on the show. So what is Ariane and Martell? Are they love and marriage? Well, I'll tell you this, or I'll ask you this, right? Because they feel like they're not loved, they're not married, they're not married to each other. Is Quad married to Medicine, my love? Oh, she's no longer married to Medicine, my love. You're not even married to Medicine, my love. Does the show continue to go on? Is the show continuing to go on? Oh. Because Destiny ass ain't been love and marriage for a minute either. And Martell he been love and divorced high key. So this is just where the people at. Now everybody does have a right to tune in or not tune in. So, choose your free will and enjoy it. Okay. But that's all I got. I just had to ask that question because people's like, are they love and marriage? Quad is not married to Medicine. So the show must go on. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. I'm Jamie, that's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.